everyone, I'm Tabitha, and today we are wrapping up July. I officially had an active work in progress again for the first time in quite a few months in July, which is great. But the bad news is I feel like I was literally just kicking off July and doing the June wrap up like a day ago, and now suddenly July is almost over. I have to say almost because at the time of filming this, we still have pretty close to a week left. Heck, at the time you're watching it, I think we still have like 4 days of the month yet. So I'm not giving up on July, but I am going to take a realistic look at how far I came on those year-long goals and see if July has been as off as it feels like it's been. Am I the only one who thinks July's been weird? If you are new to this channel, or if you're just tuning in for the first time in 2020, or maybe you've just been speed watching my other videos, which I still appreciate, you may not know that I have year-long 2020 goals that fit conveniently on one page, one little graphic. They look like this. At the end of June, so when we were halfway through 2020, they actually looked more like this. Some insane amounts of progress had been made in the first half of 2020, like more than I thought was going to happen. But that doesn't mean that it was time to check out. I'm always moving forward. I'm one of those people who will add to the to-do list as you start marking things off. So it was time to see if I could make more progress in the month of July. I'm going to start at the top of this document like I always do and sort of work my way down, talking about each thing as we go. Ready? The top of this document had a goal to publish Training Tutor, which I've already mentioned will just be a great opportunity for me to keep saying, yes, it's available. Have you bought your copy yet? Awesome. Don't forget to review it, maybe on Goodreads or Amazon. If you haven't picked up a copy yet, there's a link to my books down in the description where you can grab yourself one. There's even a really cool 3-bundle deal for the first 3 books of Fran altogether. Okay, enough of a commercial. Moving to the next one. The edits and rewrites box off to the side. It was completely finished before July even started, which was amazing and shocking because I didn't see that coming. Both the Magical YA and Fran Book 4 are in the hands of beta readers who are taking their time and reading through those and really making sure they can help me ensure that they are the best they can possibly be. But I have to be honest, I think they're good. Someday the YA Contemporary, Fran Book 5, and some of the other things I've finished writing will have to make their way into a box that looks like that. But I'm not making that drop official yet. I don't think I'm ready to edit those. So for now, I'm just calling the edits and rewrites box done. Next up is the zero draft box. And I've said this before, but that box was intended to always have me working on something new. I never want to be the kind of person who goes stale and flat and doesn't have something new to be working on. That's the point of the zero draft box. So I'm about 12,000 words into the Ghostly YA right now, which if you watch June's wrap up or the quarterly post, then you know that that's my big goal right now, to work on the Ghostly YA. It is completely outlined. It's coming along really nicely. It's still staying on outline. This particular book is the first book I've ever written that will literally be divided into parts. So it will have a part 1, it will have a part 2, but there's actually maybe up to 4 parts depending on how I decide to format that. I tell you that because I need to say that that 12,000 words is actually almost the end of the first part. And the first part I knew was going to be the slowest. It required the most detail and research and care because that timeline and those details drive the rest of the book. I don't want to give spoilers to my own stuff, especially because it'll be a long time before you get to see it. But basically, there are details and things that happen in that first part that detail will need to be put back in to the second part. So again, I knew that was going to be slow. I knew I was going to have to take care and caution with that. So I'm hoping that the other parts go a little faster once I get this one drafted, but we'll see. That's all a bunch of excuses that I'm trying to give you as a way of explaining why I've only written 12,000 words this month on that draft. Yikes. Now to the goals at the bottom of the page. The first one is to post 24 short stories, scenes, or poems directly to my blog at tabithashipleybooks.com. The bad news, I only posted to my blog 3 times this month. Not my best. The good news, 2 of those were short scenes. Yay! That means I'm still on track to meet this goal by the end of the year because so far I'm at 14 short story scenes or poems for the entire 2020. So that's awesome. My favorite for the month on short stories, scenes, or poems was definitely, without question, the 2 ghosts post, which I'll drop in the description in case you missed it, because you don't want to miss that. I often do this. I write short stories or little scenes set in the world when I'm starting a new work in progress. So I do this, and I kind of explained it in the blog post, but I do this to try to iron out little kinks in the world that I'm working in, things that I'm curious about. Well, in this case, I'm writing about ghosts, and I have never done that before. So, you know, the world needs to have limits. Do my ghosts have limits? Do my ghosts have, are they tied to places? I needed to play out that idea. So I did that in a short scene that will never appear anywhere in the book. So check that out because it's fun to see how that works out. Drop comments. Let me know what you think of it because I love hearing what you guys think about those blog posts. So definitely that was my favorite, and I am still on track for that short story goal. Next up along the bottom there is the goal to post 52 videos right here to this YouTube channel. That is, of course, one video every week. And I can say that at the time of watching this, so including this, I've only posted 4 videos in all of July. Not my biggest month, definitely kept it trimmed down a little. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I struggled with reading, but we'll get to that more in a minute. Really, it's okay. It turned out to work out because right now my total for 2020 is sitting at 44 videos. That includes the one you're watching right now, which means I am on track to meet this goal early. Definitely by the end of 2020, but probably early. So I don't know. My favorite video for July was probably the Q2 statistics, which I'll put in the description. I seriously love data. And to be honest with you, the Q2 statistics kind of made me realize a few things that I might want to change going forward. Like there's a lot, I think we talked about this, so I might have mentioned it a little. There were a lot of books that fell into that 1, 2, 3-star category. So they're not going to be the ones that I'm constantly screaming about that you need to check out because they're amazing. And I guess I just realized I'm spending a lot of time and energy on writing reviews and filming reviews for those. And of course, the editor is spending a lot of time and energy editing those. And it just kind of made me think, I don't know, I might be making some changes. I may be starting to take those maybe 1, 2, or 3-star reviews, maybe on books that have been out for a while. You know, they're not indie. People aren't waiting for those, and only putting them on Goodreads and maybe not expending the time and energy to put them on YouTube. So I'm not sure. That's something I'm playing around with. But if you have an opinion, you know, one way or the other on that, definitely shout it out in the comments. Let me know about it because I need to know because this is something I'm still kind of struggling with and rolling around in my head. So anyway, that's what came out of that. So if you missed the Q2 statistics, definitely go check that out. Whether or not you like graphs, it's cool to look at trends and stuff like that. And I'd love for you to drop comments on that video. Let me know how they match up with your statistics or if anything surprised you. So I'll put the I'll put the link in the description, whatever, to that video so that you can check it out in case you missed it. Always last but never least is my goal to read and review 104 books in 2020. Every month I set myself an official TBR to try to help me keep on track with that goal, and July's, not so overwhelming and yet somehow still stressed me out, looked like this. That included 2 review requests, this time, and Saving Haskell's Horrors, which is that purplish blue one on the bottom, which I realize you can't see the title of. It also included 1 advanced reader copy, It Will Just Be Us, and the 4 Shield challenges. Before we dive into what my July looked like for reading, let's look at the Shield challenges. So if you're new to the channel, Shield challenges are actually a lot of fun and something I love doing. We're going to look at how they went for July and find out what earns the Shields for August. First up is the Shield for Been on My TBR the longest. Exactly as it sounds, I pull out the book that's literally been on my list the longest and read it. For July, this book was just one of the boys. Full disclosure, at the time of filming this video, I have not read this book. Yep, it's up next. I haven't read it. However, reminder, I have like 6 days and I read fast and it's a short book. So I will finish that book before July is over. I will, I promise. The review, however, will probably not be up. It should be one of the final 5 for July, so it'll probably go up at the beginning of August kind of thing. But I can't tell you anything about it because I haven't read it. All I can tell you is that I will read it. That's terrible. I know. I'm sorry. All right, let's see what gets the Shield for August together. So I'm going to pull up my Goodreads right now. Maybe. I'm going to my want to read list. I'm going to sort, right now it's by average rating. So I'm going to switch that and I'm going to sort it by date added. This is my newest. So I'm going to switch it and go to oldest. And again, I haven't read Just One of the Boys, so that's still on there. All right, so it looks like the shield for August is going to Unearthly by Cynthia Hand. Okay, Unearthly. I kind of remember adding this, I think. This is a young adult fantasy story, kind of in a paranormal sort of realm, if I remember correctly. I love the cover. I think I remember adding this one because I liked Lauren Kate's Fallen series, and the cover and the description, it kind of had a vibe like Fallen. So I'm kind of hoping for that. So it's exciting. I'm excited to get this off. I don't own a copy of this book, so I'll probably be snagging. Honestly, I usually snag ebook copies when I don't own them and I do it. Number one, because a bunch of places are closed right now and it's hard to get physical books. And number two, let's be real, ebooks are cheaper. So I'll probably be doing that. So my goal is to read it early enough that you can find out about it, but I'm definitely giving the shield for Been on the TBR the longest to Unearthly by Cynthia Hand. Next up is the shield for the lowest average reader rating for any book on my TBR. So if you're new to the channel, this just means I go to my Goodreads and I sort it by average and I pull up the one that's the lowest average. The idea behind this shield was to find those hidden gems, the books that I see potential in or I see good things about that maybe other people don't. Books that maybe people have been too hard on or things like that. I'm also on this channel, I always tell you things I like, things I didn't like, and who I recommended it for. So I think that helps even with the low rated ones, because I tell you who might like them, what specific readers might love them anyway. So for July, this shield went to a book called The Oddling Prince. I reviewed that on my first and so far only set of reviews for July. I'm just going to keep it simple and just say that the low reviews for this one made a lot of sense to me. I didn't fall in love with this book. I felt like it wasn't for me. I think I rated it 1 star, so that one was pretty low. Let's see what earned the shield for August and find out if we'll be any luckier on that front. So back to Goodreads we go. And I'm going to change it from date added to average rating and make sure it's going low to high. Soul of the Crow is an advanced reader copy that I don't even have yet, actually. The cover hasn't been revealed, and I don't have it yet, so we have to skip that one. So that means this is going to Mermaid by Jodi Picoult. That's exciting. This one has an average rating of just over 3, so 3.19 stars. So that could mean it's for a very niche audience. That makes sense to me because I happen to know Mermaid is it's like a novella. It's a really, really short story. I love Jodi Picoult. She's one of my absolute favorite authors. If you watch this channel, you know that. But yeah, I'm nervous about this one because some of her shorts haven't been my favorite. Some of her novellas haven't been my favorite. And I think you guys know, we talked about this. I had a shockingly low rated Jodi Picoult book in 2020. So I don't know. I'm nervous about that. Again, I don't own this one, so I'll be trying to snag it. It'll probably end up being ebook. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best here. So I'm going to give the lowest average shield to Mermaid by Jodi Picoult. Next up is the shield for the highest average rating on my TBR. So that's the exact opposite of what we were just talking about. It's the book that has the highest average rating. Again, the reason I did this was because I was hoping to find great books that you guys were all screaming about that were highly rated and wonderful and I shouldn't be missing. So in July, that shield went to Slow Wayne's The Night. The review for that one hasn't dropped yet. It'll be on the next round. It is going to be one of my next 5. I did finish it. I really, really liked it. So I don't want to give you spoilers or anything like that. I never like to do that. But I really, really liked this book. It's an excellent sequel. It has lots to love. And I'm sure it's one that I'll be screaming about for a while. It looks like that review might come at the beginning of August because it's been a slow reading month. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But let's find out what gets the highest average rating shield on August's TBR. So I'm going back to Goodreads. And I was already sorting by average rating, so we're just going to flip it and go high to low instead of low to high. Oh, cool. Looks like this one is going to Root and Branch by Preston Fleming. This has an average of 4.88. That's awesome. That's really high. I'm impressed. This book, if I remember correctly, I think it's a book I reviewed. I'm promised to review, but you know what? Let me look. I promised this review, I think, by the summer of next year, because I'm scheduling reviews way out in advance. So heads up if you're going to send me a review request. So actually that's exciting because that means this author thought they were going to have to wait a year and now they won't have to. I'll be able to get it sooner. the best part, I think, about these Shield challenges. And that's like a side effect I didn't see, but I'm able to get a lot of indie books moved up or a lot of review requests moved up that waiting list because of these Shield challenges. So that's awesome. So the highest average rating Shield is going to Root and Branch. Is that? Yeah, Root and Branch by Preston Fleming. So that's exciting. I'm glad to be able to move that up. The last Shield I give around here is the Shield recommended based on a recent 5-star read. So the idea behind this one is, of course, you give me recommendations based on stuff I've given 5 stars to, and then I read one of them. It's been a fun and exciting way to do it because I, again, get lots of really cool recommendations, but at the same time, sometimes this ends up being books that weren't already on my already long TBR. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's interesting. However, for July, the book was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. You guys couldn't believe I hadn't read it. It's one that kept getting shouted out to me on all my social media channels that I should read, and you were right, it was amazing. That review popped up on my first and only so far review video for July. I just made me trust you guys even more. So I am repeating the process for August that I did for July because it worked out to be such a wonderful recommendation. So basically what I did was take all of the many recommendations you guys have given me on all my social media channels or in person, thanks to the couple people who popped into the bookstore to give me some in person, and I threw them all into the cup, and I'm just going to shake it around and pick one out, and that's going to be the August book that earns the Shield, basically. That's what we're going to do. So let's see what happens, right? Hang on. Speak by Lori Halse Anderson. Speak. Is that the one with the tree on the cover? I think it is. We'll find it because we have to put it on the official TBR. This one, if I'm remembering correctly, this is the one that was recommended by somebody in my writing group. So in my actual in-person writing group that's currently gone virtual, like everything else in the world. She is not only a writer, but an avid reader, and she was an English teacher. And her recommendations have always carried me through, I take them very seriously. Her and I recommend books, we swap books. So I'm pretty sure that was one from her. So as always, I'm excited to add that one because she has really good taste in books. So Speak makes it the Shield for recommended based on a recent 5-star. With the Shield challenges complete, let's take a look at what my July progress actually looked like. And I've been hinting at how not great this was through this entire video. So you're probably going to disagree with me because for some people, I'm aware that this looks like great progress. But for what I'm used to, let's just say it wasn't. So here's my actual July progress. So full disclosure, this is not true yet. Okay, at the time of filming this, Just One of the Boys is not done, but it will be. Like, I don't care if I have to stay up all night. It will be done because it was a Shield and I promised. I'm also like 10 pages from being done with I Don't Know How She Does It. I'm kind of slogging through that one right now. So I'm almost done with that. I'm about, I don't know, 20% of the way from being done with It Will Just Be Us, but I put them on there anyway. And Now You Don't, I started it and then it was on a different audiobook platform and I forgot I started it. So anyway, that's awful, right? I just gave you 4 books that are on here that I'm not done with, but I'm going to finish them. I don't care what has to happen. This is me saying I'm going to finish those. So even if I finish those though, that's only 11 books. And if you've been watching this channel, ever, you know that I'm normally like 15 is my normal average. I'm normally in the 15 book range and this is 11. So that's a lot. A 4-book difference is a lot. So that's shocking. If you want to keep me honest and hold me accountable, which I hope you do because that's why you're here, to actually finishing those 4 books, please make sure you're following me on Instagram at author Tabitha Shipley because I post the official, last day of the month, I post what I actually finished and you'll be able to see the pages and guaranteed I will have those 4 books on there. I promise. It was a weird month. With the Shield challenges set for August, let's take a look at what my official August TBR is actually going to look like. So this one is, of course, the 4 Shield challenges, but I rounded out with 2 advanced reader copies. So that is Silvered Serpents, which is a traditionally published advanced reader copy, and then Soul of the Crow, which is an independently published advanced reader copy, and actually, that's not the real cover. Soul of the Crow is getting a cover release right before I'm supposed to get my ARC. So I will update this and put it on Instagram and all my other cool social media platforms when the real cover has been announced. I kind of follow her I follow her on all social media, so I'll be able to see it when it comes out. I'll share it on social media. So that's not the real cover. I promise to share the real one when it comes out. This also has one review request. That's Hush Girl over there on the side. And that makes my actual August TBR 7 books strong. 7 books should not make me nervous. But I feel like I really had trouble sitting down and reading a book and getting through a book in July. I mean, I feel like I got behind in July. So I'm hoping 7 books doesn't overwhelm me and isn't too much. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is a good month. That I'm like, whoa, I read 17 books and yo, this was awesome. That would be really cool. So anyway, that's the August TBR. Woo! All right, it's that time of the wrap-up video where I do a quick, fast recap and you get to see the actual progress on a chart. Are you ready? Let's go. Training Tutor is published and available for sale. You should go get it right now. I finished editing both the editing progresses in 2020, so that means that box is completely done. I added 12,000 words to the Ghostly YA, which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. I am 58% complete with the blog post goal, which is perfectly exactly on track. I'm way ahead in the YouTube and reading goals because both of those went over 80% of their total this month. That is it for me and my July progress. If I'm honest, I feel like I was kind of in a funk in July and the progress sort of shows that. Hopefully I pull out of that funk soon and make tons of amazing progress in August. I cannot believe we're in August. I would love to hear from all of you. I kind of miss hearing from people. So please drop a comment. Tell me about your own personal goal. Did you meet something? Are you struggling with something? Am I the only one in a funk? Talk to me, people. I need this. Drop a comment to let me know you're still here. Hit subscribe and tap that little bell so you know when I'm back. Keep plotting the path to your own dreams, and I will see you next time. Bye.